We actually just heard quite a bit from Bob Johnson, BET founder, Scott, about trade-offs, the economy, and difficult decisions to make. And I think that applies here to whether we reopen these restaurants or not. I guess it's going to go forward, even as we see the 3%, or at least well above the 1% infection rate that we had seen in New York City. It's going back up a little bit, which would seem to be a weird time to be reopening the restaurants. How would you characterize it? Is it the right balance that New York is manifesting right now, do you think?
Well, look, the risk related to indoor dining relates to how many people are crowded into an indoor space, but also the kinds of conditions in that setting. There's probably certain indoor settings that are safer than others. It relates to air filtration, airflow. And what the risk is, what we've seen is you can get something that approximates aerosol spread, something that approximates these super spreading events when you have confined spaces with poor air circulation, poor air filtration. So it's really going to be variable from restaurant to restaurant. And so it's almost more important what kinds of conditions the restaurants create than, how many people they're trying to put into those restaurants. Now, look, it is higher risk. It is lower yield in terms of economic and social benefits. I'd be prioritizing trying to open other things successfully, like the schools, before you open indoor congregate settings that are purely entertainment. And that's what a restaurant largely is, notwithstanding, the hardship to the restaurant owners. It is something that I think you would want to do after you get control of the epidemic and after you've reopened other things. Now, New York does have control right now. I don't think we can draw any broad conclusions from the spike we've seen recently and from the slight uptick in the positivity rate. It's a worrisome sign, but it's not a trend yet. And so I think New York still has some time to figure out which way this is going to go. Again, as I said yesterday, I think the trend is up in the fall and the winter. There may be some cities that are able to hold on to these gains with very vigilant tracking and tracing and mask wearing. But I think, by and large, this country is going to see more infection this fall and winter.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.